This world is such a and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal
I swear,
sense.
man, we got the ghost of Pac in the studio right now.
It's such a gimme. Step, crush.
They try to stop me, man.
Look,
Everybody back off.
put me down, try and put me down. I'ma hit him up like an outlaw. Combination, hit him with a southpaw. Knock him out in the first round, y'all. Voice of my city like town hall. Round more pounds than stray dogs. I can make it flood in a drought, y'all.
I'm a straight rider.
Never gon' settle. All I do is get better. All I do is get cheddar. Pulling up, blowing pressure. Outlaw shit forever. Deep in the trenches, I'm riding dirty, I'm reckless. I got this bitch sitting. Hey now, say now, it's your guy EDI. Welcome back, another edition of the Outlaw Show. Man, you know what? Get the gloves out. Get ready. So we about to go head up one time. My special guest tonight is Blake Foster, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Outlaw Show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Blake Foster is definitely he has a storied history. So we're gonna go back to the beginning. This man was working at a very young age, 13 years old,
Yes, sir.
booking gigs, getting TV money. That's nice. Listen, I know what the TV money is like a little bit. I heard about it, so I know that was a nice start to life at 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Getting that kind of money at that age, and then we're gonna tell them what you was doing to get that kind of money. But I want to get to the money first.
Man, shoot.
What was it like getting that kind of money that young?
I mean, I don't know, because I was a kid, so I wasn't really seeing the money. Parents were
Right.
handling it for me.
Right.
You know, but 13 wasn't the only time I saw money. I've been working since I was probably 4 or 5 years old in the industry. Yeah, parents had me in the industry really young. They had me on auditions left and right.
So where you go? Let's go to the beginning. Where are you from? Born and raised.
I'm born and raised Northridge, California.
Northridge,
Northridge out in the valley. Yep.
San Fernando.
San Fernando Valley.
Uh-huh.
So
So close to the business. Hollywood is just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yep. Mom and dad both into martial arts. My mom was a huge fan of acting at the time. They had me. They were like, yo, let's put him in acting right away, straight away.
Dope.
She's telling me right now still to do it with my kids. And I'm like, Mom, chill. Let these kids live. Let them do them. But, yeah, it was really fun. My mom got me acting when I was young. That's the only thing I knew at the time. You know, they didn't teach you what you know. So I was a kid actor, grew up martial artist. When I was not acting, I was in the dojo filming martial arts, doing karate, going through the ranks, getting my black belt. Got my black belt by the age of 12. Been doing martial arts, Tong Soo Do my whole life. My mom's a black belt.
By
Parents
the
are both
age
black
of
belt.
12.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Back in the day, yep. And they weren't giving belts away back then.
No, you had to actually earn.
You had to earn them. I failed
You
my
ain't
black
just
belt
get them
test.
because you showed up every day.
Bro, I failed my black belt test 3 times.
Wow.
3 times. My instructor said I wasn't ready. I went home at 11 years old and cried. Dude, my mom was like, just stick with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. Finally got my black belt by the age of 12, and I booked Power Rangers. I went on numerous auditions. I was up for other roles.
Numerous
turned down other
auditions
shit.
for the Power Rangers.
Not just Power Rangers. I was up for
Just
a lot of
a bunch of
auditions.
shit.
I was working at the time. I was working really hard. I had went from
How
movie
many
to movie.
auditions did it take for you to get Power Rangers?
I didn't get an audition for Power Rangers. Funny thing is, I booked another film at the time, and the director of that film was the producer of Power Rangers. And I was just being a kid on that set one day, doing martial arts, and he was like, "Yo, come here, let me talk to you." He's like, "Well, you want to be a Power Ranger?" And at that time, I was 12. I was watching Power Rangers on TV. I was like, this Israeli guy coming up to me saying, "I want to be Power Ranger." Like, get off. You don't even know what the fuck Power Rangers is. What are you talking about? You know? And he was like, "No, you want to be a Power Ranger?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I want to be a Power Ranger. I watch Power Rangers. I had the action figures at home. Even when I left that movie, I was still playing with the Power Ranger figures at home at 12. And then
That's fucking amazing.
the next day he had
land
the...
your favorite. You land a spot on your favorite show. Just like wrap that around.
I didn't even audition for Power Rangers. Real
Right.
talk. I didn't audition for Power Rangers.
Just got it.
They gifted me that role because I was doing karate. He was like, "Yo, that kid's good at karate. Let's make him a Power Ranger." That's how it happened.
Amazing. Amazing.
You want to be a Power Ranger? Hell yeah. There, the role's yours.
So how long did you do that?
I did Power Rangers from 1996 to 1998, 2 years. I did the movie Power Rangers Turbo, and I did 52 episodes of Power Rangers Turbo, and then 1 episode of Power Rangers in Space.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so, what was that experience like as a young kid? You know, doing movies and like I said, your favorite show. This is your show that you love, and now you're a part of it.
I was living the dream. I was literally every day waking up, even though I had to wake up and go to work, memorize lines, be on set, do what I needed to do to still fulfill what I was doing as my job title at the time. But I was living the dream doing it. I was working with Power Rangers. I seen the behind the scenes. I seen how they do it, everything. I was like, wow, this is crazy. So I grew up very fast on set.
Amazing.
And I booked a lot of other roles outside of Power Rangers, did a lot of stuff outside of Power Rangers. But Power Rangers is a state to fame because of the fandom behind it.
Yeah.
There's a huge fandom behind Power Rangers. Still to this day, I mean, it's still on the air.
Yeah.
So we had an anniversary. I think it was like 22, 23 years, something like that. They're still on the air, Power Rangers.
Still
It's crazy.
And we were talking off camera about how many versions of it.
Yeah.
And you don't even know how many.
Nope.
You said, we got a number?
My boy Aaron knows.
Aaron, how many versions of Power Rangers?
It's 30 years next year. So.
30 years. See, I'm
fucking
still
years.
lost.
That's a
22,
franchise.
23.
That's a franchise, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it is a franchise.
That's a franchise right
100%.
there. So after Power Rangers, what is life like for Blake? What do you do?
Well, shit, you know, I've been in the gym constantly. When I was outside of after I got out of Power Rangers, I met my fiance, and I got comfortable. Everybody gets comfortable in life. And
Did you have a groupie stage? Did you get pussy off of Power Rangers? Basically?
Oh yeah, I had a lot of pussy off Power Rangers.
Yeah, all right, shit. You know what I mean? We
Shit, you
not
want to be
gonna
real
sugarcoat
with
the
Power
shit.
Rangers? I got a lot of pussy on Power Rangers. Even outside of Power Rangers, when I was like 18, I was going out. I had Power Ranger money, so I was doing all the bitches flocking.
California.
I had a lot of bitches. State that.
Did you see the face? See his look on his face?
My girl
That
knows
means it
too,
was a
though.
lot.
My girl knows, but
That
it's all
means
good.
it was a lot, ladies and gentlemen. And so, I mean, yeah, tell us about that period. Like Power Rangers.
After Power
famous
Rangers,
now.
it was fun, man. After Power Rangers, you know, I acted from 4 or 5 years old up until 18, 19 years old. I was like, fuck this, I need a break.
Yeah.
I want to be a
just
normal
live,
kid because
be
I didn't do
normal.
prom. I didn't have none of that shit.
Missed all that.
Missed all of it. I played high school basketball for a little bit. I went and balled these dudes up, dunked on them a couple times, dunked on the homie Joel a couple times. White man can't jump, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Talk
But
your shit,
Blake.
Blake.
I did ball out a little bit in my time, played some high school basketball, and then I booked another job. I was back on set. So it was always a constant thing of like, I couldn't do anything consistent outside of acting or martial arts. And martial arts was what my staple was. So years later, I had a kid, my son. I was like, I want him in martial arts. Got him into it. Now we're into jiu-jitsu. Now I'm doing the whole MMA thing. I'm fighting. I just made my first pro fight, amateur fight, whatever they
Definitely
stapled it
gonna
as.
talk about that.
It was great, man. I enjoyed the whole process, and it got me into a whole nother level of fitness and stuff. Because, you know, being in the gym, I lost a bunch. You lost a shit ton of weight.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
The fitness part of it. That's where I met this man at, in the gym. We both go to a gym. He was already going there, and then I come in there and I started my transformation process, man. And he was
Yep.
always a positive voice in the gym. You know, see me doing my thing, always telling me to, you know, keep going, giving me pointers here and there. So that's how we developed a rapport through the fitness side of it. And then I actually got a chance to watch you train for your first pro fight.
Yeah.
And the torture basically you put yourself through.
Yeah, man.
You know, talk about that a little bit, what it took
Yeah.
to get you to the point where you felt like you were ready for this fight.
Yeah, it was crazy because when I first met you, I was like, okay. I knew a couple of the other homies. I met you, and I was like, okay, everybody's going through their stuff. Saw you losing a bunch of weight. I was like, shit, I gotta support somebody to go through that because, first of all, it ain't easy. At heart, we all fat boys. We all want to eat bad. We all want to smoke, drink, do whatever the fuck it is we want to do.
100%.
But in order to lose weight, you really have to focus and you have to hone in. And I learned a whole new aspect of fitness through that fight. Through that fight camp it was really rough, man. Honestly, I was getting beat up more in fight camp than the fight. You put in all these hours in fight camp. I went through a broke rib first 2 weeks in fight camp. I got
shit.
hit and broke a rib. Couldn't even spar that much. So there was a lot of things. I broke my big toe in the fight on the sprawl. A lot of stuff happened in fight camp, but you go through it knowing that at the end of the day there's a big reward. And that belt to me was the only thing that I was leaving with.
The belt?
The only thing
Can
I
we
left.
see the belt? The belt is
Yeah,
right here, ladies
the belt.
and gentlemen.
We brought the belt. You know
This
what
is
I'm
a
saying?
champion I'm sitting next to.
This is the
All right?
belt right here, the 205 out in Utah, Steelfish champion. Speaking loud and fucking clear.
Looking like a
My homie actually said, you know, hey, Power Rangers is huge. Wrestling is huger. He was like, bro, you're in good shape. You should go do wrestling. I hit up my homie Bubba Ray Dudley. Texted him. I was like, hey, you still in Florida? He was like, yeah, the Dudley boys. Because I do Comic Cons around the world, and I met him at a Comic Con. We clicked right away. He was like, yo, whenever you want to come do wrestling, come out. I'll train you for the whole year. We'll go wrestling if you want to go wrestling.
Come on, man.
I got opportunities.
Wrestling is huge.
Wrestling. I know, and I see him at these Comic Cons. I see all these dudes at Comic Cons that are wrestlers. Dude, their lines are around. They're 2-3 hour wait to meet these dudes. Crazy. It's crazy.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, cha-ching.
Got the belt.
So, but this was more important to me most of all for that fight. Not just for me, but, being a dad, setting that staple for my son, telling him you can do anything you put your mind to.
100%.
So,
And him having a chance to actually watch you do it.
right, he was right there.
And I got a chance to watch you do it. He goes hard in the gym. Don't get it fucked up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
he
sir.
puts in the work. It's not an act, but at the same time, I know, can y'all see the smoke in here?
We did this shit still every day. We work out, we still cheap.
And so for all my people that watch out, because I got a lot of people that watch me and they see my transformation and they hit me up with for advice and pointers and everything, you can still enjoy the cannabis and get your workout on too. You don't have to replace one for the other. If you choose to do so, that's your choice. But I'm just letting you know, you looking at two people that still enjoy
I'm just
cannabis,
saying,
obviously.
I want to say this though, because you can see a lot of people in the UFC that smoke weed. You can see a lot of famous people that smoke weed. They do it and they're still productive. They're still productive. Choose when to do it. Now in fight camp, I didn't do it. I just chose not to. I had to get drug tested. Everything. I did it respectfully. Did it when I needed to, and that was
Because
it.
you gotta find discipline somewhere.
You gotta find that spot.
Yeah.
That balance.
Yeah. Balance.
But we still smoke
Everything
weed
in
before we work
moderation.
out every day. I look over Edie's faded with his glasses on the treadmill.
Zoned out, baby.
Zoned out.
Sweating. Got
Yes.
the music on, going in.
Yes,
you know
sir.
What I mean? And then, you got the post.
And how much weight did you lose total?
Close to 100. Close to 100.
That's hard to do, man.
Yeah, that's hard to
And the
do.
cool thing is you've kept it all. A lot of people lose weight and they gain it back because they get comfortable.
My whole goal now is just to turn everything else into muscles. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And, get better at my diet. I have great days where I'm super disciplined. I have some days where I fall off. You know what I mean? And so that's just the honest part of it, But one thing that'll never change, I'm going to be in that gym. You're going to see me in that gym getting in at least 2 hours.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean, that's a part of my life. I made it into a lifestyle, and there's people like yourself that I watch train, and it's a lifestyle to these people. It's not just, event for vanity purposes. It's how we live. You know what I mean?
100%.
And so that shit is, it's a special thing to me now. You know what I mean? It's not just
You
all
develop
right,
a
I
new
lost the
lifestyle
weight
when you
and
do
now
that.
I'm good. You know what I
It's
mean?
a new lifestyle.
It is.
You
It
enjoy
is.
it.
It is.
I enjoy going to the gym. I was telling my friend the other day, I was like, dog, if I don't go to the gym, I'm angry.
Yeah.
I need to release. I need to go and have my time. That's me.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy that time. I want to get a pump.
Especially
I
when
want to
you're
get a
a
buff.
dad, your husband, boyfriend, whatever. You got these.
Even outside of all that, I just need that.
Man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need that.
Everybody
those
needs
hours.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody needs it, and they need it at their own time.
Yeah.
Whether it's early in the morning, get it done out the day, or 9 o'clock in the morning, like us.
100%. I got to get it early.
Yeah, me
it sets
too.
the tone for my day.
Do you work out if it's not at 9?
Yeah. Yeah.
See me, if I don't work out and it's not 9, I'm like, if I don't get that work in the morning, I can't work out.
Yeah.
That day's
I
canceled
try
for
to
me.
do later in the day workouts. They don't really. They don't really. You know
They don't
what I mean?
work.
The gym is a little bit too crowded. Most people, some people work 9 to 5s and then they get off and go to the gym.
Yeah.
It's a little bit too crowded in the morning. You can kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get your own little workout.
Oh,
in
yeah,
your
that's
own
why I'm in there in
space
the morning. I know.
and whatnot. So, you did your first pro fight.
Yeah.
What was that experience like, man? I seen the fight though, Blake. I'm gonna be honest with you. It looked pretty easy, man.
It was very easy.
You didn't.
I mean, like, I knew a year ago.
Did you get hit?
I got hit once. He did kick me in the head once.
Okay.
But I didn't feel it. But I'll be honest with you, man. I've been a martial artist my whole life. And one thing martial arts taught me is that timing beats precision.
Right.
I don't care how precise you can be, how heavy of a hand you got, how you know you're going to swing and hit me out. If my timing is going to beat you, I'm going to strike first. So I knew going into this that the only thing that I needed to really work on was my ground game with him because he was a fighter. He has had 9-3 or whatever. Now he's 9-4. He had a lot of fights, And I was not taking that for granted by any means because it was my first fight. But I just knew since I've been doing martial arts my whole life, and I fought in a lot of tournaments, continuous fighting growing up as a kid. I was doing this. I was knocking kids out in the ring as a kid. I was like, all I have to do is work on my timing. I'm going to beat him. And that's what I did. I took it. He tried to take me to the ground. I stood back up, and my timing hit him, and I was way bigger than him. He normally fights at 170. I fight at 205. That's a lot, and I'm a lot of muscle. I hit him. He's gonna go to sleep. Yeah. He talked a big game, and he didn't back it up. He didn't swing. He didn't do nothing. So who knows what's to lead for the future? I want to take another fight. I want another fight, but the fight has to make money. You know, like you said, you're a businessman. I was a businessman. That was a good fight for me because it was money wise. It was a lot behind it. So at the end of the day, I don't know. I saw Jake Paul today throwing kicks on a bag on his Instagram.
Well, I'm glad you brought him up because I wanted to go there next, man. What do you think about the whole Jake Paul phenomenon? And is that something that you would get into, man? A lot of people are saying, yo, he's not fighting nobody that's a real fighter. He's fighting these
Honestly,
people.
I think he's a real fighter. He's doing his thing. I think Jake's doing his thing.
Man, I'm going to be honest, man. He's throwing them punches like he knows what he's doing.
Any real boxing coach will tell you, whenever you turn your wrist in is when you're going to swing for the fence and knock somebody out because you're not going to hit them out here like this. You want that wrist turn. My coach taught me that when I first started there. You turn the wrist in to hit hard, and that's how you connect on the chin. And he threw a solid punch, man. Those boys went 6 rounds.
The guy took a dive. Willie took a dive. Like,
people are going to always talk about this.
You can't fake that, man.
They said he went like this and gave him he gave him the clue.
Yo,
Drop your hand.
Come on, man. Like, oh, just punch me in my head as hard as you can and I'm going to fake it. No, he was knocked the fuck out.
Did you see Jake the next day, though? He posted a photo on his Instagram and he had a black eye. Like, bro, you think that's fake? You don't just get a black eye from not getting hit hard. I've been in camp. I know it takes a very hard punch to get a black eye. So, I know his boy. He's been knocked out numerous times in training camp. They don't talk about that, obviously, but he has been. He's a boxer. He's a good boxer, but he needs to stay away from MMA because if that's the case, I would definitely take that fight any day of the week.
You'll take an MMA
100%. 100% any day. 100% any day. I would love that. And I would love the money behind it. I'll keep it real.
Let's set that up.
I would love to set that up.
You got to hit first on the Outlaw show.
Shit, I'll whoop that ass left and right all over that mat.
MMA.
He don't know about timing.
Jake Paul.
He don't know about. I would love that, but that ain't going. Bro, I'm minute. Yeah. I'm right here. He's doing dudes that are like way times my shit. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that could change though. You know what I mean?
It could.
A lot can happen in a year. 2022.
I'll put it out there. If he's doing MMA, I want rounds.
You heard it. You heard him, right?
I want it. I want all that smoke.
All the smoke.
I'll beat that ass. And I'll take him to the ground. I might even tap him out. My jiu-jitsu is really nice right now.
You heard it here, right?
You heard it live.
You heard it, right? He ain't playing either. He looked in the camera and said that.
Sheesh.
It's 2022 though, Blake.
Never know. You got to just speak now because now it's social media wise.
You got to put it
control.
out there.
You got to put it out there.
You got to put it out
Closed
there. That's
mouth,
what
don't
I'm
get
saying.
fed.
This is documented right now, Jake.
Jake?
You know what I mean? Or the other brother. What's the other brother name? Logan.
Logan ain't definitely doing no MMA. He better stick
Either
to
one of
boxing.
them.
He did good against Floyd though.
You think so?
Yeah. He went with the best, and he did all right, man. He went with the best in the world. To step into that cage, I mean, that ring, kudos to him. I give him kudos.
I feel like Floyd took it very easy on the guy.
Which he shouldn't have.
I think he took it very easy on.
He shouldn't have, though. He should have gave that for the business. I was rooting for Floyd just to mollywop his ass. Yeah, like somebody needs to shut both of them up.
Floyd's an entertainer.
They both need to be shut up.
You know what I mean? His skill set is there. His muscle memory is there forever. But he's an entertainer at this point.
100%.
And about getting the bag. You know
they both are.
He wanted to give everybody a good show.
Yeah.
But, of course, I feel like he could have demoed him out.
Anybody does these days, bro. Anybody does. Everybody wants that these days.
Yeah, you know, trying to make a viral moment.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. What's next for Blake, though? You know, 22.
Man.
You said you want another fight.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna fight again. Honestly, it all depends on my coach. I've been telling everybody if my coach fights, I gotta wait. I'll still go through his fight camp, but it's focused on him, and I really want to see him get down. He's had like 18 fights, and everybody at the studio's fought except for him.
Yeah.
So.
What's his name?
His name's Rob Gooch. My coach, Rob Gooch, GTA Academy, Canoga Park, California. So, yep, on Instagram, Rob Gooch at GTA Family. So, yeah, my Instagram's at Blake A. Foster. Shout out to Blake A. Foster. My man's at Aaron Coney. My man's J Realty.
And look, and the Power Ranger money is still
lucrative. I mean, shoot, you know, we make it happen. The green is lovely in here, though.
You pick that color.
I'm glad, because you know what? I should have been the Green Ranger.
Hey,
It's my favorite color. It's the color of money. It's the color of weed.
That's the one that comes out the water, huh?
Shit, man, you can't complain with the green.
Hey,
When I
what
drive
color I
home-
pick? When you ask me what color you want the room,
Green, money green.
We can put it blue. We can put it blue to get a picture, though.
money green.
I know you can switch it. Hey, but you know what? I rode the other day with this color in my car. You know, you ever switch it up?
Yeah.
We matching
Oh, so,
twinsies.
yeah,
we got the same car.
Twinsy.
We got the
Really-
E-Class.
Really, Blake seen me pulling up every day in my shit and was like, you know what? He's looking kind of good out there. I don't blame him though.
100%.
His shit is looking very nice.
I
man.
had a fucking truck.
stuff.
I was like, I got to get rid of the
You
truck
had
and
the
go sell. I know.
He was coming through like, you know what I mean? Shutting down the parking lot
I
every
know.
morning.
Everybody spotted me in that thing. That was noticeable.
Very nice.
Gave myself away.
You very
I'm
stealth
trying to be
now.
incognito.
You very stealth right now.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah,
I'm trying to
Knight Rider-ish.
trying to be,
Very
you know,
Knight Rider-ish.
fly under that radar.
Yeah, we came from that. Well, I'm a little older, but I know you remember the Knight Rider. Knight Rider was my favorite show
100%.
growing up. You know what I mean? Like your life. If I could have ended up riding shotgun next to Michael Knight in the Knight Rider car, that would have been the equivalent of how you landed on your favorite show. You know what I mean? If I'd have got a part on Knight Rider, I'd have been riding.
It's funny though because
Hey,
I
Mike,
know
where the cartel kid to take us to Jack and the Crack, homie. We hungry.
what you ordering the Jack in the Crack though. What's that? What are you getting? What you getting? Some tacos?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't eat that no more. I haven't ate Jack in the Box in over 20 years.
Amen
to be honest. It's been
to that.
a long time since I ate
Yes,
Jack.
sir.
No offense to anybody that does, but what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say I know what that's like though because Knight Rider that's very prevalent at Comic Cons too. You could sit in the Knight Rider mobile, and get a picture with it and shit.
Fucking sick, man.
It's dope. Yeah, Comic Cons is dope. It's a big blessing. That's another thing I was doing a lot of outside of, you know, turning 19, whatever, getting some money. I fell into that Comic Con world where it was travel the world. Dog, I've been everywhere. London, Brazil, everywhere. Australia, New Zealand, Germany. Yeah, we've been everywhere to meet our
Favorite
fans.
country.
Man, I really like London. We went to London once, and then we took the flight over to Amsterdam. It was cool, but I really, really like
love
London because we've
Amsterdam.
been to so many different places in London, though.
Yeah, I love that train ride from London to Amsterdam, and Amsterdam is one of my favorite cities on the planet.
Amsterdam's dope.
I love London too. London is dope.
They had some
too.
good food over there. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, I love Amsterdam for the coffee.
I didn't care for their flour over
coffee
there though.
shops.
Their weed over there, I didn't think it was that great.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we went to like all the best ones. That one day we were like, yo, let's go to Bulldogs or whatever it's Bullfrog. Week. I was like, what's your best indica they got in here? They were like,
I mean, 'cause you
indica.
in fucking Cali, you born and raised in. Well, this is the motherland
Yeah.
for marijuana, so it's hard to beat.
Imagine if I was stealing my dad's weed when I was on Power Rangers. That's how I really teleported and morphed. They'd be like, dude, he's high as hell. Leave him alone.
How old were you when you started
Power
enjoying
Rangers?
cannabis?
When I was probably like 16, 17. Once I got my driver's license, started hanging out with my friends, passed me the joint. But it never affected me, you know? That's the crazy thing is I always still did shit afterwards. Like I go to the gym every day high as fuck. Smoke a joint. It's Wake and Blake.
Wake and Blake. Wake and Blake, ladies and gentlemen. Blake Foster
Wake and
right
Blake.
here on the motherfucking Outlaw Show. Give everybody your social media,
Yep.
how they could keep up with you and stay intact. You know what I mean? And before you do that, is there any plans for like a fitness side of the Blake Foster product? You know what I mean? Would you put something out on the fitness side or give anybody tips, pointers on how to, you know what I mean? Because you did a transformation too at a certain point in your life.
Yep.
I saw the post you did on Instagram. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just that was just over the years of really focusing to diet and exercise and working out. I really transformed my body in that fight. I went down from 230, where I'm currently at right now, that I put back on. I went from 230 to 203. But in that process, I lost a lot of mass because in fight camp, you're not really focusing on weightlifting, you know? So this time around, I'm focusing more on weightlifting to keep the muscle mass as I cut down and lose the body fat. So I'll go back down to like 210 and then cut 5 pounds for the week of fight week. It'll be easy. but I won't lose much mass. It was just impeccable for me to be like, oh, at this point I have to lose the weight in order to make the weight. So I had to sacrifice, which
Is there a
sucks.
certain diet that you stick to during this process?
Yeah.
Or?
I mean, honestly, for fight week, it was fight camp in general, it was very easy. It was like 4 meals a day of like chicken and salmon, broccoli. I might put together something like that for social media, but I don't know. At this point, it's just very simple. It's low carbs, calorie deficit. I was getting it way confused in the beginning. I was going out and eating and drinking and doing all this. And it's really simple. It's calorie deficit to lose weight. If you want to gain weight, you go into surplus. You find those two balances. You find out what works for you, how much you need to work out, plus how much you need to consume in order to have the energy to still work out, and then just take it from there.
Period, point blank.
Yeah, simple. It's simple once you know, because I've been doing it for like 9 years, but I'm finally at a point where I'm seeing the results that I really want to see.
All right.
So I just trust the process, man.
No doubt.
You there? We gonna start lifting in the gym now every day since you there.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm there, but I'm back.
But suckers is born every day and fear man, growing trees, criminal ties for centuries. A legend in my own rhyme. So niggas
Wildest,
whisper when they mention
craziest, most bizarre stories, trade war stories, man. Let's trade a war story with Blake Foster right here, man. It's on you, dog.
It's
Give us
on
one.
me. Shit.
Give us one.
That quick, huh? No intro. I'm just kidding. All right.
The intro.
I know I'm messing with you. All right, so man, had to be probably like 22 years old, walking up with my ex-girlfriend at the time, holding her hand. We were in like a shopping center, walking into a retail store to get some clothes. And these 3 dudes were just being hooligans and talking shit, and I could hear them talking shit as I'm walking up to the store. And one of them they did some real foul shit. One of them, the dude was like, oh, look at that blonde bitch. And he like grabbed his dick and shit. And I was like, I literally snapped. I couldn't do it anymore. I stopped holding my girl's hand and went up to this fool. I was like, hey, you're being fucking disrespectful, homie. You better chill. And this fool pushed me. As he pushed me, I literally went into fucking martial arts zone mode and fucking stepped. Bro.
That's what the fuck.
Bro, I stepped back and nonchalantly, like, oh, I was about to do this, and then nonchalantly threw a roundhouse kick, kicked him right in his fucking mouth with my foot, dropped this fool off the curb, and then his homies jumped up, and they started squaring up with me. I side-kicked one of the dudes. The other dude did get a shot in. He swung and he hit me and kind of blacked me out for a second. He hit me so hard. I'm making my way back. Martial arts taught me always to find a corner. So I'm making my way back to, like, this corner of the Loman's Plaza where we were at, and I started just teeing off on these fools. We were fucking going at it. We went inside the Loman's Plaza. Some dude grabbed a fucking clothes rack, swung, hit that shit, cut me open, bloody, all under my fucking shit. I was getting fucked up by these dudes, and the security guard just standing there. The dude is just standing there watching as I'm trying to fend off these 3 dudes. After a while, the other dude got up. But the next day, it was funny. So my mom went over there, and the dude in the guitar store where I round kicked that dude, he was like, this was a straight movie fucking scene out of Cobra Kai. This kid was whooping ass, and she was like, that was my son. So yeah, it was my war story.
That's a real fucking war story.
3 dudes. Honestly, though, they did get me in the store, though. Once they all got me in the store, it was a wrap, but I fucking fired off on all 3 of those dudes.
Yeah, I mean, you still
I dropped that one dude so quick. Bloop! His face like with a whoop noodle right to the floor. But yeah, that was my war story. I have a lot of war stories, but that was the good one.
The chick watched you get out. She didn't jump in or nothing. She just watched.
No, she was screaming to the security guard. I looked up as I'm all bloody. She's screaming, why aren't you doing anything? I'm like, the dude was just standing there, and those fools obviously took off running. But, yeah,
wow.
Crazy war story.
It's Trading War Stories, y'all, with Blake Foster, man. That was a real war story.
That was a one. That was the best one, I think.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean an ideal
I swear,
sense.
man, we got the ghost of Pac in the studio.